Alright everyone, welcome to first day of Dank Memes in History and Practice 102. Hey, seriously, quiet down please. Alright, so we're going to have a lecture today. The first lecture is going to be like, seriously, can you keep it down? It's going to be with a person who was in the meme wars of 2016. Seriously, keep it down. He was really instrumental in winning and helping fighting the meme wars. I said keep it down! Whatever. Anyway, folks, here's Chris Richardson. Come on, buddy. Good luck with this crowd.
Good morning, class. I'll be your instructor for the day. My name's Chris. I'm going to tell you all about the Why though? Very clever, Mr. Beggs. Well, I would save some of that wit for your exam later on. Now, as I was picture of Jeff Bridges saying, well, that's just like your opinion, man. I'll recommend you for advanced placement Dankier Memes 103. But until that day, one does not simply paper airplane into Mordor. That's what I thought.
Did I miss anything?
Oh, just someone getting served. So, the meme wars. In 2016, you had your Democrats, you had your Republicans. They were shooting memes back and forth with great frequency. At the same time, though, you had the Libertarians. And they showered such a stream of memes down upon both the Democrats and Republicans that it blocked out the sun. Now, the Democrats and Republicans fired back a little bit ineffectively. But as usual, the most effective people at flaming the Libertarians were the Libertarians.
Was this a form of libertarian on libertarian violence?
Surprisingly common.
I heard about that. I saw those things, those memes.
War as hell. You have Disaster Girl divided by Winter is Coming times Kermit with the T equals overly attached girlfriend times Q. Now, you multiply both of those sides by pi and you get Oprah, you get a car, times Kermit equals OAG times Q.
I think you're wrong on that one, actually. Hold on, if you times pi, and then, yeah, I think you missed that one right there. Yeah. Mordor. Am I right?
By God, you have it. Then you divide both sides by overly attached girlfriend, and you get Joe Biden equals Q. Q being Harley Quinn. And that is why Kermit is less than Disaster Girl. To what we were talking about earlier, You have dank. You have dankier. And using that theorem, you may arrive at dankiest. Now this is only a conjectural dimension. It's very, very controversial.
Is it possible? Has anybody ever gotten to dankiest?
There are only whispers and rumors. Nothing substantiated yet.
Wow.
But we're working on a cure. Okay, I probably should have mentioned this before, but a meme. A meme is, you got a picture, and you got some words, and it's savage AF.
So, what do you think about people who say memes or memes or anything?
You do not mention those people in my presence.
Somebody's got PMSD, post-meme stress disorder.
7.5 million memes. 250 million hours online. 18 billion people served.
Actually 18 billion and one.
Oh. That's right, Mr. Beggs. Now, the final result, way too many butthurt to even mention here. It's far beyond the scope of this lecture. But that is a great time to mention casualties. Most common casualties: sad face emojis, permanent butt hurt, and, of course, gangrene.
How do you get gangrene from memes? I mean, like, you get, like, I get...
Listen! You weren't there, man.
Class dismissed. Hey everyone, and welcome to my tube. My name is Steve.
And I'm Chris.
And we're coming to you live from... We're just recording this. The joke's never going to get old. But today's episode is going to be the aftermath of the election. A lot of interesting stuff happening. I think the most interesting so far might be the riots.
Yeah.
And all I have to say about the riots is, if everybody that was rioting would have voted for Hillary, she would have probably won.
Just saying.
Yeah, like seriously, like I guarantee half the people that are rioting didn't vote.
Or since, you know, Hillary couldn't win, if they had all voted for Gary Johnson, that could have beat Trump.
Yeah, that'd be nice. So I think one of the things that's going to be major is we're going to see more authoritarianism from Trump, more war, more police militarization, more enforcement of federal laws, more spying. The NSA is going to be even crazier, more Patriot Act stuff.
And we don't like to say, we told you so. Well, kind of do.
We do. We do. We like to say that. We told you so.
We've been warning you for 40 plus years that the executive branch is getting too much power, and sooner or later, someone you really, really don't like is going to get handed that power. So enjoy, guys. He's not even all that much of a Republican, guys. A
lot of the, I don't really necessarily want to call them social justice warriors, but essentially those types of people, and the more left-leaning Democrats are whining right now about how, he's going to arrest all the gays, and he's going to, like, kill all the transgenders, and, I mean, there's literally people that are out there that think that he's going to do this.
When actually, that's like the one group he didn't rag on throughout this whole campaign. So I don't think you got anything to worry about.
You think he's actually going to go after 11 million immigrants?
I think he's going to run up against the brick wall of reality on that one eventually.
Hey, well, I like that. This next 4 years is going to be super entertaining. And Donald...
It's going to be bigly entertaining.
Donald, Matube would like to thank you for the future comedy content that you have provided or will provide.
This shit's going to write itself.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're sort of on the topic of Donald's little fake right, go left kind of mentality right now, I'd say it's a perfect time to bring in a clip sent in by Jessica Baird. Lay it on us, lady.
Hi guys, I'm just hanging out in the Whole Foods parking lot. I was wondering if you guys were as annoyed as I was, like, about the liberals and the conservatives right now. Not just like with the whole rioting or the, you know, electoral college hate right now, but mostly with the, how do I explain this? Like, the liberals are mad and the conservatives are laughing, but I feel like the conservatives are the ones that should be mad, because Donald Trump has gone back on almost every big stance he had, you know, within like days of, you know, winning the presidency. How are conservatives not more angry than they are right now? I feel like they're just so absorbed in drinking liberal tears that they don't realize that they're the ones that should be upset. And yeah, I don't know, I just, that bothers me, that as a nation we can't even focus on real issues because we're so busy fighting each other. It just, I don't know, that really bugs me, and I was really hoping for the conservatives to be upset too, because that would kind of help us come together to make a change. Like, liberals are upset, conservatives are upset, we kind of realize, oh wait, look, we need a change, rather than just like, I don't know. And I've even seen conservatives be like, oh look, he's liberal, haha. I'm like but that's not what you voted for, remember? Like, haha, like, you know, like last week. Anyway. Alright, well, I'll let you guys go, but those were my thoughts.
Whole Foods, huh? That's hot. No, you're right, though. He has been going against some of the things that he said he would do, and we mentioned a little bit of that earlier, but I'd like to mention Obamacare. Repeal it. This whole replace thing, why? Don't know. Just, the first part of that is fine. Repeal. Let's repeal that.
You know, the whole reason he's doing this replace business? Because rebranding is all Trump knows how to do.
Right. And one of the other things is the Electoral College everybody's complaining about. What I'm going to say here is do a little research. You need the Electoral College. It's what makes us a republic and not a democracy. Hey, Chris, what's a democracy?
Democracy is a straight vote by every person. Well, a strict democracy on every issue, every person has a vote.
A democracy is a sheep and two wolves voting for what's dinner.
Well, that too. You were feeding me for that line, and I just wasn't coming up with it.
That's okay. I like yours better.
I love Ben.
Up next, we have something new, and it's potentially going to be something that's going to be every once in a while on YouTube. A friend of ours, he's a really smart guy, and he's really talented, did a video, and his name is Tarnell, and we're going to show you the video, and hopefully he does some more for us, because it's absolutely amazing.
Hi, this is Tarnell Brown of The Lucky Libertarian. That's right, the fedora in all of its animated glory. This section of MUTube is about interesting trends, and I think that one of the most interesting trends is the complete rejection by the American voter of the professional political class. There's been a lot of commentary about voter dissatisfaction with the perceived snobbishness of the so-called liberal intellectual elite, But the interesting thing is that we definitely saw this on the Republican side of the aisle as well. Let's not forget that for decades, the GOP has been led by the conservative faction, who are generally college-educated intellectual elites in their own right. I think that what happened was that the recession of 2008 totally wiped out the industrial base, and what used to be the unskilled portion of the middle class completely disappeared. So, while they truly felt disgusted with the vilification that they were receiving at the hands of the leftists, baskets of deplorables, anyone, they also felt betrayed by their own leaders, whom they felt sold them out to foreign interests, international trade, immigration, and then they went on this complete and total rebellion against their perception of the establishment. The funny thing is, they turned their hopes over to an Ivy League educated real estate billionaire with international business concerns who himself uses low-cost labor in other countries. And that about sums up the absurdity of this political season. This has been Tarnell Brown of The Lucky Libertarian. Back to you, Steve and Chris. Lucky Lib, out.
Good video, man. That was all true.
That's a lot of observations to fit into 2 minutes, man. Ties in with the Jessica clip too, that it's become such a cult of personality.
Yep.
That no one's even paying attention to the actual stances anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Even knowing the basic history of your candidate, like you said, Ivy League educated, New York, rich guy. It's like, this is not a populist figure.
Thanks, everybody, and have a good night.
See ya.